So I've had the pleasure of sharing a lot of different knife stories. Many of them are actually on my Instagram account, but the knife we're talking about today is different. It's not just a knife. It's Ben Peterson building one from scratch on his own terms. This is the Little Lulu. So if you've been in the EDC game long enough, you've heard the name Ben Banters, whether it's from Blade HQ's Knife Banter, where he started the whole "What is up, guys?"
What is up, guys? What is up, guys?
I always feel odd saying it because no one does it like Ben. Or you may have heard of him through his knife design with We Savivi called The Banter, or you may have heard of him through Knafs, which is his company that he started with his wife Athena from their kitchen table, and it has now grown into this crazy brand that I kind of consider to be a lifestyle at this point with a cult following. But if we rewind all the way back to the beginning, Ben's intention wasn't to be in the knife world. He kind of just fell into it. A family connection led to a shot-in-the-dark job at Blade HQ, and he was immersed into the knife world. He just never left. So, good thing for us, right? Ben learned about the knife business behind the camera and then in front of it. And after years of learning and designing and hustling on other people's dime, Ben decided to bet on himself. And that's what brings us here, to the Little Lulu. This knife is very special because this is the first in-house knife made at Knafs. So Ben went out and bought a CNC machine. He named it CNC 3PO, which is fantastic. Do people usually name their CNC machines? Is that a thing? If not, I think more people should. He reached out to his best friend, a childhood friend that he went to college with, Alan, who runs Mountain Path Designs, if I remember correctly, and he helped him run the machines to build the Little Lulu right out of their garage in Utah. What a long way he's come to this knife, huh? So now that we know the whole story, let's dive into some specs. So the Little Lulu has an overall length of 5.2 inches. We've got a blade length of 1.9 inches, and the blade steel of choice for this one is Magna Cut. The blade is stone wash and it has a flat grind. On the scales, we have green linen micarta, and it comes with a Kydex pancake sheath with a belt loop. Now, since the Lulu is made in Utah, it means it's made in the USA, but on the Kickstarter, it says made in the USA with foreign and domestic parts. That, in my opinion, is a very important story behind this knife that I am not going to tell because Ben does that way better on the episode of Knafs at Night where he talks about supply chain. There's also more information about that on the Kickstarter, so if you're interested in reading any of that stuff, check out the Kickstarter. It explains it way better than I ever could. Something I failed to mention earlier, by the way, the name behind the Little Lulu and the whole Lulu line is named after a place called Lulu Pass in Montana. It's a place that's very important to Ben and Athena, but on top of that, it's a place where the environment is really harsh and things struggle to grow, which I think really encapsulates the story behind the Little Lulu. I think it's a story of legacy, resilience, and a lot of stubbornness. Because once you get to know Ben, that guy is very stubborn. He does not let it go. And it's a great thing for us because he dives into things so deep and he cares about stuff so much. And he wants to find answers and learn and explore that it benefits us at the end of the day because he comes out with really great designs and really fun stories. When it showed up to the office, it showed up in this log, by the way. Look at that. That's pretty intense. I don't think that they're going to ship out in a wooden log. If Ben finds a way to do that though, incredible. So when we first got the Lulu, my thoughts were, wow, it's actually really small. And I kind of enjoy that, but it doesn't necessarily fall in line with my preferences for a fixed blade. I'm definitely more of a medium to large fixed blade guy. The Little Lulu though is super comfortable. I love this really nice choil that Ben put up here. And I also love how the scales taper from thin here to much thicker at the end. That gives you such a nice comfortable grip. And from what I saw in Ben's video on the Little Lulu, this was meant to be a everyday carry kind of fixed blade, but also something that you can use for whittling around a campfire. I know that's something that Ben really enjoys doing in his pastime, and it's something that a lot of guys at like Georgia Bushcraft, for example, really like to do. So for an outdoorsman, this is probably a great little fine details knife. For me, as somebody who likes to EDC fixed blades, it's good, it's just not my favorite. And it's just mainly due to the size. I really just enjoy a medium to large fixed blade. Something else that I'm kind of like torn on is the Kydex sheath. I know that Ben is doing Kydex in-house as well, which is super cool. I personally have never been a big fan of a pancake sheath just because I feel like you always end up having so much space on the sides, which just ends up taking a little bit more pocket real estate. The truth of it is though, this came with a Kydex belt loop, which also not my favorite. I'm sorry, Ben. I prefer more of like a pull the dot if I'm gonna put this on my belt. I am more of a belt EDC fixed blade guy than in my pocket. I like to free up my pockets if I can, now more than ever. So I'm not a huge fan of the pancake sheath, but I will say that the retention on it is actually quite nice. Like there is some solid retention there and it snaps into place. So as far as construction of the sheath goes, it's made really well. And if you didn't want to have that Kydex belt loop, you could put a discreet carry clip or an ulti clip on it if you did want to put it in your pocket. But you can also neck carry it, which in my opinion, if I were to pick one of these up, now going to like Georgia bushcraft and going hiking a lot more and just doing more outdoorsy things, I would probably use this more so as a neck knife than a on the belt or in the pocket fixed blade. So all in all, I think the Little Lulu is a really good EDC knife, especially if you are somebody who's maybe diving into the world of EDC knives and you don't want to have something bigger that sticks out. You're kind of nervous of how it looks or what people might think. The Little Lulu is definitely something you can slip in your pocket or put on your belt, and it's super discreet. I think as an EDC knife, it's going to perform really well. It's really nice and slicey. It's got a flat ground blade, 90-degree spine for those outdoorsmen that want to, strike ferro rods and all that good stuff. So as an EDC knife, I think it'll perform just as well. But I think with this one, it definitely screams more outdoors than EDC. And I think that's okay because Ben has made the Lulu line to be more of an outdoors knife. A lot of the inspiration behind that design came from him traveling to other countries and needing knives like this for certain tasks. So EDC knife, I think it will do okay. I definitely think it's meant more so for outdoorsmen. Why can't you have both, right? So at the time of filming this video, the Little Lulu is on Kickstarter and it's going for $195. Right now it's on run number 2, which has 650 available units. I think at the time of filming this, there's 505 backers for run number 2, and the time that you will get your knife, I think, is sometime in late November. There is another run number 3, on Kickstarter once I'm assuming run number 2 runs out. And run number 3 will get you your knife sometime early January, I believe. So if you are interested, the link for the Little Lulu Kickstarter is going to be down below. So that is it. That is the story of Ben Peterson, Ben Banters, and a little bit of the Little Lulu. In my opinion, I think Ben is one of the most inspirational people in the knife community. He takes the time to really get to know people, get to know his audience. He's not afraid to fail, get back up, try again, learn, go through the hardships of doing things correctly. And I think that's why he's been able to build such an amazing group of friends, such a fun and successful business and lifestyle. In my opinion, one of the most unique stories in the knife world. So thank you, Ben, for sending this along. It's been an absolute honor to call you a friend. And I can't wait to see what more comes from Knafs now that you guys are making knives in-house. As I said earlier, all the links will be down below, not only to the Little Lulu, but to the Knafs YouTube channel and the Knafs website. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you picked one up, let me know. If you like it or don't like it, also let me know. Don't be afraid to share your opinions down in the comments. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you on the next little knife review.